Hello guys, this is a video on how to create your demo account on the MetaTrader 4 platform, and then how to use the platform. Will take you through how the different features on the platform work, and then you'll be able to, after this video, know how to walk your way around it, or how to initiate any feature that you have in mind, or analyze a trade on MetaTrader 4. Okay, so the first thing we have to do here is to actually download the MetaTrader 4. So I'm using an Android right now, so all you have to do is just search for MetaTrader, and you see MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. So just click on MetaTrader 4 for now. Okay, install. So yeah, so while that is loading, MetaTrader 4 is basically a trading application or chatting software that connects us with our broker. Okay, so what this does is you create a broker account. Brokers are basically an intermediary between us and the foreign exchange market. So we send in our orders, we fill in every order on our brokers. But then to be able to see how these prices are quoted, to be able to have tools that will help us set orders on our or in the foreign exchange market, we make use of trading platforms like the MetaTrader 4. So like you've seen the MetaTrader 4 and the MetaTrader 5. The MetaTrader 5 is just an advanced version of the MetaTrader 4. So the MetaTrader 4 is no longer receiving updates, but all of the updates are going on MetaTrader 5. But majority of foreign exchange traders still prefer using MetaTrader 4 because they've been used to it, so it does not have any problems at all. And then you can use this to trade foreign exchange. So the app has been downloaded now, so I'm opening it right now. So notice what happens when you open this application, and it starts creating a demo account for you automatically. So look at this, open a demo account. So it's loading right now, so it's creating a demo account for you. So you just have to sit down and wait for it to complete this process. It might take a few seconds, might take 1 minute, but at the end of the day, an account will be created for you. So an account has been created, and I'll go over all of this shortly. But how to verify if an account has been created for you: once you click on the menu button here to your left, okay, once you click on that, it pops out from the left hand side, and you can see MetaTrader 4 Android demo. So an account has been created for you. So yeah, so let's go over everything that you're seeing here on this chart. These are currency pair codes. Okay, so Euro USD, that's the Euro and the United States dollar, GBP USD, USD JPY, USD CAD, and all of that. Okay, so this is your quotes area. So you have the different currency pair quotes and the ask and bid prices on your right hand, left hand side here. Okay, once you slide to the menu again, what do you notice? You have the quotes area, you have the charts area, you have the trade, you have the history, account monitoring, mailbox, news, economic calendar, messages, traders community, trading application, settings. But for now, I'd advise you to ignore all of this because they are not really useful to you. The basic things you should focus on are the quotes area, the charts, the trade, the history, and your settings. Okay, and then you don't even have to go through all of this because you have the same tabs here as well. So this is your quotes area. Okay, once you click on this button here down here, that is your chart area. So once you open that, you'll be able to see the current chart where you are in. Okay, this is your trades area. The third one right here is your trades area. The fourth one right here is your history area, and this is news, and this is messages. That's in case there is an update from MetaTrader 4. But then this is it. So let's go back here. So once you click on any currency pair, so let's say I'm clicking on Euro USD right now. So once I click on it, see what happens. You now have a pop-up window, so that tells you first new order, second open chart, then symbol properties, advanced view mode. So I will just focus on the first two, new order and open chart. So once you click on open chart, it now brings us to this chart area for that particular currency pair. So let's say I want to go back and open a chart for GBP USD, which is this. GBP USD, which is this. All I have to do is just click on GBP USD, click on open chart, and then it opens up the chart, the current chart of GBP USD. So where the market currently is at is where it shows you. So look at this now. This is where the market currently is at. That's why we're having movements at this zone. Okay, and then what happens now is if you want to place an order here, okay, So if you want to place an order for on GBP USD for buy or sell, all you have to do is to use this button right here. So this button by the top right hand corner here. So once you click on that, you now have all of the options to execute. So you have the instant execution, which is you put an immediate sell or buy order. This is where you put your stop loss. This is where you put your take profit. So stop loss orders are just you basically telling your broker, so take me out once you reach this particular price level if I'm in a loss. So if I get into a trade and the trade does not go out in profit as I plan, and then I go into a loss, once I reach this particular loss level or this price level, please take me out. Same thing for take profit. You are telling the market, I'm okay with the profit that I have right now, so please store that profit in for me and take me out of the trade. Okay, so that is it. So for the instant execution, all you have to do is, if you feel it's safe to get into a buy trade, you get into a buy by clicking on buy here at the bottom. If you feel it's safe to get into a sell, you click on sell here as well. Okay, then we have other market executions such as the buy stop. Look at this: the buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, and sell stop. All of this will be explained to you guys in class. Okay, so these are just different market orders. If you are not willing to take a trade instantly, and then you've decided that it's fair if you get into this trade a lot later, if price goes higher than where you are, or if price goes lower than where you are, all you have to do is to use these limit orders and stop orders. So you just tell the market, as soon as you get here, please trigger me into a trade, and you can set your stop loss and take profit following that as well. Okay, so I'm going back right now. I believe we are done with that chart there. So eventually, once you take a trade, to know the current state of your trade, so let's take a trade together so you see what I'm saying. So I've placed a buy trade. Click again. Remember to place a buy or a sell. You come here to the bottom, so for an instant execution. So I'll place another buy trade. Okay, so look at what happens once you leave the chart area. The next thing is the trades area. Okay, so the current running trade. So as soon as you click on there, you can now see what is happening. You can see your balance operation. So how much balance do you have is shown here. Your equity, which is a result of your balance and the current progress of the running trades. You have free margins, margin level, and margins. On your real account, you even have more than this, but this is it basically. It shows you the exact state of your account at the moment and the progress. You know, the equity shows what's running, the profit and loss. If you look here to your left, 40.00, that shows how much loss we are in currently, and these are the trades themselves. So for the two trades, we are in $20 losses for each of them. Okay, so that is it basically. This is how, or this is the tab where you know if you are in profit or if you are in a loss. Okay, so I'd exit that. So you see that as the trade is currently ongoing, there is an update. We are now 15.15, and then this part here shows 30, and then our equity changes as well. So it's good if you have an understanding of how this works. And then look at this. You have different buttons right here. This button here, this is for you to sort the trades. So you can sort the trades that are currently running by the time you executed them by the symbol. If you want the GBP USD, all of them to come upwards, then the next one, the NZD USD, to go down, you can sort them by symbol, and you can sort by profit and loss. So the trades that are in profit will come up and the ones in loss will go down. Okay, then you can still execute. You can still get into another trade entry here, and this order button right here to the top right corner here. So if you click on that, you can still execute on the trade that you are currently in. Okay, so the last trade that you got into is what will show up here. If you click on the order button that I just showed you guys there, that is what will show up here. So in this scenario, the last trade that we got into was GBP USD, hence why we have GBP USD here. So every other thing here still remains the same like we just treated. So that is it for the trades panel, and this is your history panel. So basically we just opened the demo account, and you can see balance $100,000. Had it been with deposited money, that would be the first thing that will show up here. But then once we close the trade, look at what happens. So to close a trade, you come to your trades panel of the running trades, and then click on it for a long time. Once you click on it for a long time, you have this show up: close order, new order, modify order, and chart. Okay, so to modify order basically means maybe you want to move your stop loss into profit, or you want to change your stop loss points, price level, or your take profit and all of that. You can simply come here to do that, to modify the orders. Or then but what we are trying to do now is to close order, so that we can see where the trades eventually go to once you close them. So click on close order, close with loss because we are currently in a loss. Okay, I'll do the same thing again. Click order, close with loss, and then look at them. We do not have any trades here. Our balance gets updated that we've lost $100 equity as well and everything though. Then once you click on this history panel right here, once you click on that, what happens is we have the trades that we took show up here, and you can now see the profit minus 100. The deposit that we put in, the money we put in was $100,000. Remember, this is a demo account. Okay, and then after that you have 2 more tabs to your right hand side, which are not really necessary to you for now. Okay, so we are done exploring that. Then you can still sort this history section just like the previous one that we showed you guys. So if you click on that button right there, it shows you you can sort this by the order, when it was closed, by the symbol as well. So no matter how long this has been, you can just sort all of the GBP USD trades, all of the Euro USD trades, all of the GBP JPY trades, opening time, when you opened and when you closed the trades. Okay, all of them can be reflected here, and it can be sorted directly like that. And you can also sort them in regards to the profit and the loss as well. So those are the options you have. Then you can use this to select the currency pairs you want to see in the history area. So if you want to see only GBP USD, you can select only GBP USD. If there were other pairs that you had taken, you can click on them, and those are the only ones that will be shown here. But in this case, we are showing all symbols, and we only have GBP USD, which is why only GBP USD is showing up here. So X, and this button, this calendar button right here, helps you to be able to decide the history you want to see. So if you want to see a history from last week, from last month, last 3 months, or today, you can make the change here. Then there is a custom button right here. So if you click on the custom button, it now allows you to set the date at which you want the history to show. Once you've selected the date up until when or what you have in mind, you can just click on done, and it will sort them out for you automatically. Okay, so let's go back to our chart area. So on the chart area here, you can notice that we have 2 windows, the main window here and the indicator window. So indicators basically are systems that have been programmed for us by helpful traders or big traders to be able to spot entries in the market even without having to do our own analysis. So all we really have to do is to just look at the signals that are being provided to us from those indicators that could tell you that it's safe to get into a buy trade now, it's safe to get into a sell trade. We are going to introduce you guys to indicators on Saturday, a few days after this lesson. But then it's okay that you guys just understand that you have indicators here. Indicators basically just give you guys signals on when to get into an entry or when to exit a particular trade. Okay, so you do not even have to understand so much about foreign exchange to make money from it. You can just use the idea given to you from an indicator and get into a trade. So this is the indicator area. So how do we add something to the indicator area? First, let's look at the buttons that we have here. So this one right here, the last one here, is the order button, which we've already treated. And we have different time frames in foreign exchange. So every single candle here, look at this, you have H1 here, H1. So that represents, H is for R, okay, R, and then you have a number attached to it. So H1 is 1R. So that means that for every single candle that you see here on this chart, look at this. This is a candle, this is a candle, this is a candlestick. Okay, so for every single candle that you see on this chart, it represents 1 hour of price action. Okay, so more on that later, but just understand that every single candle on this time frame represents 1 hour of price action. So to sort between the time frames, you can click on this button, the second to the last button here. So if I click on that, you now see different options: M1, M15. M stands for minutes, H stands for hour, D stands for day, W stands for weeks, and M stands for month. So 1 month, and the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, the H4 time frame, 4-hour time frame, and the M30, M15 stands for minutes. So 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and all of that. So let's say we want to switch to the daily time frame. I just click on the daily time frame, and what happens? Every single candle on here represents 1 day of price action. So what price has done for 24 hours is enclosed in one candle, and the next candle, and the next candle. So which means that the chart that we have right here basically contains up to a month of price data. Okay, so it's that simple. So the next button you have here is for you to be able to switch between currencies. So remember that for us to come here, we had to go to the quotes area, and then click on a certain currency pair that we want, then click on open chart. What if we don't want to do that? You can just stay here on this symbol button that I've just highlighted here. So once you click on that, you now have different currency pairs show up. So I can decide that I want to go back to the GBP USD chart that we were in. So all I have to do is just click on GBP USD and it changes, and we'll now go back to the GBP USD chart. Okay, so now that is how to switch different currency pair charts from here. Okay, so the next thing is you have the F button here. What does the F button stand for? The F button is here for you to be able to add indicators to your chart. So you have the main chart area here, and you have the indicator window. I showed you guys both of them a few minutes ago. So let's say I want to add a chart to the main chart, or I want to add an indicator to the main chart. What do? I just click on the F button right here, and let's say I want to add the Ichimoku. I click on that, then click on done by the right hand side here. Once I click on done, look at what happens. Look at my chart. You now notice that there's difference. There are now clouds showing up on this chart right here, and too many lines now are now showing up. So you do not understand how to read these things. They are not complicated, but I just try to show you guys how you can add an indicator to the main window. So indicators that are added on the main window are indicators that you need to give immediate signals on the charts as they are currently ongoing. Okay, yeah, so to add an indicator to your indicator area, okay, so remember this is the indicator area. To add an indicator there, all you have to do is just same thing, click on the F button. Okay, then click on add right here. So I click on add, then I can just select any indicator, let's say stochastic oscillator, and click on done. And then look at this. Now on this area we now have too many lines, compared to what we had initially. So I just delete all of this because it makes our chart messy. You do not need to go through all of that. So delete. So we now have our regular chart back, okay, with no indicator window. We also have the crosshair tool here, so which helps to tell us the exact price points that we want. So if you notice, you see that it's moving with me right now. The current place it's at is 1.3560. Okay, if I take it higher, it's 1.38196. So you can just use that to know the current price level. Okay, it's very useful as well. But then what if you do not want to go through all of this up here? You can just tap on your chart. So once you tap on the screen, look at what happens. We have the different time frames, M1, M5, M15, H1, and all of that up onto the monthly here. Okay, and then we have the indicator, the F here. We have the crosshair tool as well. And then the only thing that we do not have there that we have here is the objects window. So if you want to add an object or you want to draw something on the chart here, this is what you use. So let me click on that. So you can now see these are the different things we use for analysis, like the horizontal line, the trend lines, the vertical line, the Fibonacci. Look at this, you can see the Fibonacci retracement, the Fibonacci expansion, rectangles, triangles, ellipse. Okay, so let's say you want to map out a zone on your chart, like a support and resistance zone. All you have to do is just click on the rectangle like I did, and look at what happens. It now gives you the rectangle tool that you can just drop anywhere on your chart. Okay, so I've dropped the rectangle tool there. I can now even copy the price points which this rectangle tool is. Okay, so what do I do to copy the price points which this rectangle is? Is just click on the rectangle. Remember, this is the rectangle here. So I can just click on the rectangle for a long time, and then you notice that we have a pop-up up here, okay, which now shows how to edit that or how to delete the rectangle. So if you want to delete, you can just click on delete, and if you want to edit the rectangle, you can just click on the modify button right there, which looks like a pencil. So once you click on that, you can see that you can change the color of the rectangle. You can change the pixel, that's the width of the rectangle. Okay, so if I decide to change the color to blue, change the pixel to 3, you can click on done here, done up here. So once you click on done, look at that, our rectangle has now been changed and it's thicker than it was initially. Okay, so this is just basically it on how to use objects. So you can try another object like the trend line. You can draw your trend line from wherever you want. This is just basically for us to be able to spot trading opportunities, that align with this particular strategy, or diagonal support and resistance as well. Okay, so that is just what you use trend line for basically. You'll understand all of that in later classes, but then this is just an example of how to use this tool. So let's say I want to delete these things from my screen. I can just click on one of them and click on delete, and it has gone out. Click on the next one, click on delete, or optionally let me add them back, horizontal line, let me add another one. You can delete all of them at once. So all you have to do is just to click on the object icon here again. So once you click on that, you now see on the window here you have all of the different ones that you've drawn on your MT4 throughout. So what you do is you can click on add to add a new one, or you can click on the delete button here, which is what I'm going to do, and then I can click on check all. Okay, so this now automatically highlights all of them. So check all, and I click on delete. So check all, delete, and then we do not have any object on our screen again. So that is it basically. Everything you need to know about how to use the MT4, because we'll have a lot of practicals here for you guys to implement with or try out things with. So this is it basically for how to use MT4. If there is any other thing, I'll let you guys know in class, but this is everything so far. We've been able to cover everything apart from here. So if you do not want your charts to show up like candlesticks, you can change that in the settings. So to go to settings, remember you go to menu by clicking on this menu icon here. So once you click on that, it pops up from the left. You have settings right here. So once you click on settings, you have the advanced mode, which I'm going to click. If you click on the advanced mode, you see that things are now quoted a whole lot more differently than it was initially. Okay, so go back to settings. You can ignore all of the other stuff that you have there, but then you can now customize the colors that you want. So you can change the colors of the candles, the colors of the grids that you have. If you want your candles to be blue, if you want them to be black, you can change them. Bull candles, bear candles. And remember, the bulls are buyers, the bears are sellers. So bears are the candles that are coming down, bull candles are the ones that are going up, bullish candles and bearish. Okay, so you can change every single thing right here. Your bid lines, your ask lines, you can change every single thing right here. Your stop levels, this is where you make the color changes. Okay, and then you can change the entire scheme of the whole look that you have. So it's black and white right now. So if we change that and decide we want green on black, okay, and click on done, look at what happens. This is how our chart now looks. Okay, so it's different from what we had initially. So back to settings, colors, change that to black on white. Okay, done, and then look at what happens. We have this back, and then remember that you have a custom option where you can just edit to exactly what you want. But I won't advise you to play around with these things, because I know what will make you profitable. Just go on with the classes and every other thing. Okay, but then what I wanted to show you guys was how to change the candlesticks. So if you do not want candlesticks and you want them to be lines or bar charts, this is, I've selected line chart. Look, it's now showing line chart. So if you go there now, you now see that instead of having candlesticks, we now have lines there. Back to settings, you can now do the same thing for bar charts. Okay, depending on if that is what you can read or that is what you think you'd understand. We trade with candlesticks here. Over 90% of the traders use that as well, so it's advisable that you stick with that. So we can just go back and change that back to candlesticks. So this is it basically for the MT4 overview on how to create a demo account. I believe you guys had a great time. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Have a great day, guys.